So this is part 2, how to train your sub-agent. In the last video, I covered basic techniques such as providing instructions and files, some research papers or YouTube video links to give context to create a somewhat knowledgeable sub-agent that specializes in, let's say, in our case, in finances. And then I told you that you can actually iterate it and create different versions of it and make it more aware of what its job is. So I did a little bit of homework and created 10 iterations of my InvestmentAdvisor. And it is formatted this way because I asked it specifically to do this. I want to know what changes were made from version 6 to version 7, for example, right? So for every single version that it was upgraded by, there were at least 10 research papers involved. I believe the breakdown was two articles, academic research articles on one specific topic to on another one, and that's 10 total. So the reason you want to do 10 is because that is when you can avoid hallucinating, AI hallucinations. Basically, it decreases the likelihood of AI doing something unpredictable. Right? So this is it, version 6. You get those 5 things that we want to cover in the agent, and version 7 improves on this one, and improves on this one and this one, right? So we'll continue iterating. And by the way, if you like a certain format, you could just describe what it looks like or copy it and you add it to the instructions of the sub-agent. And this way it knows that this is what you're looking for. So if I like this format, I just say every time you create a new version, make sure you provide me an MD file and make sure that you show me a comparison. And I believe I have it somewhere here. Anyway, so we keep doing this, 10 more academic papers, and we arrive at this right here, capstone comparison, which is version 10, adaptive capstone and AI mentor. So this is such an advanced model of the same sub-agent I did, and it only took me about 45 to 30 minutes to get it to where it is right now. Right, and then as I showed you earlier in the beginning, I was uploading a video, link by link, but you can actually automate this process, make it a lot simpler by asking your language model to scrape the 10 articles or 10 videos or whatever it is that you think would be useful for this AI. Right, so here's the thing. This is the reason we use ChatGPT is because it's cheaper, because it is somewhat powerful. But nothing is more powerful at generating or creating sub-agents as the Claude Code, which actually uses them. So in the beginning, I created this one sub-agent and it worked well, created a lot of infrastructure, a large portion of the infrastructure for the website. But using Claude Code to create sub-agent is actually pretty cool. So Claude Code, if you ever end up, it has 2 modes. You see right here, it's on or plan mode. So the way I handled it is when you're in the plan mode, the AI doesn't code anything. It just basically reviews and pays more attention to the surroundings. And because Claude Code has access to the entirety of my computer, that means it can access any app, any folder, in any destination, which makes it great because I could just ask him to scan the project that I'm working on and suggest several sub-agents that I could use to make my development process a lot easier, right? And that's exactly what I did. I believe I asked it to create 20 and it created, let me find it real quick. It created 20 right here. Now, these are not formatted as an MD file, but they are still effective because they are. Detailed lesson plan. So basically, this is a sub-agent that creates lessons. This one assesses the structure of the entire curriculum. Wow, what else is there? This one is focusing on the lessons being tied to behavioral training and finance, right? And then you do everything, right? There's one that focuses on developing a 6-month program, right? And none of these were as difficult to create as the sub-agents I show you. But you did need to understand the fundamentals of what it does behind the scenes for you to be able to effectively train it using your own prompts. So 17, right? Plan mode. Let's say I have another project called BarCraft. You could say, suggest list of sub-agents to help with BarCraft development and evaluation. While it's doing it, I can show you the kind of work that that these sub-agents did, and I think it's pretty impressive. So how long would it take you to come up with a curriculum or a financial program? Check this out. Check how comprehensive it is and how many details it covers. So this is the folder, quizzes. Let's say you want to check modules. Module 1. What does module 1 cover? It creates a bunch of games. Each one of them have a different type of reward system. Each one of them is structured differently thanks to our many sub-agents. But this is just an example of the kind of curriculum that it will create for you. Which statement best describes a growth mindset towards money, right? And it's a multiple choice question. There's only one right answer right here. I can improve my financial situation through learning and disciplined action, right? And the other ones are obviously wrong. And this just goes on. And each one of those questions has a certain amount of points. Each one of them has a time limit. And this is only module 1. You have module 5. I believe module 5 deals with more advanced investment vehicles, comprehensive valuation, understanding of stocks, ETFs. So see, this is a bit more complex and the format is still the same. It's multiple choice. So that's just quizzes, right? You have, let's see, weekly reports. This was also generated by the same agent right here. See this? Advanced topics, tax loss harvesting. What else is there? Different scenarios playing out. If you invest $5,000 annually for 30 years, it just kind of allowing you to learn through trying to dig it for an answer in your own head. And then it helps you solidify the information. And by the way, this is a really good technique in learning. And I provided none of that information for my Claude Code. It did it by himself. It created agents. Those agents were trained to be experts. And this curriculum was created all 100% automated. Right, what is it doing here? Now, this is what it's telling me. BarCraft development sub-agent recommendations. And it's telling me which sub-agents would work great with it. All of this sounds good, but these are the sub-agents I already have. So I could say no, and I could say create list of new sub-agents that will help. Let's see what it's going to give me. All right, see this right here? These are all the things that I don't want to do. I don't want to be sitting there doing research about the cocktails and creating a separate AI to be a bartender mentor. I can do all of this. This is probably a sub-agent that will help you with augmented reality and bottle scanner. So one of the functions of the BarCraft app is to scan your inventory or scan the bar, take pictures of the bar that you see, and then it's going to automatically upload your entire inventory, the levels and positioning of the bottles, all that stuff. And that's it. Now I can create these agents and make sure they are used every time I run the command when I develop BarCraft. And the results are pretty insane. Like this curriculum here. The diagnostics is another one. It's basically a different type of game, I believe. And in this one, it's not giving you wrong answers. It's giving you 3 correct answers, but each one of them holds more value than the other one. So this one is probably the most correct one. And then the other 3 will give you fewer points, just to make sure that the games are different. So again, this idea was created by the sub-agents. Baseline assessment, here's another one. See how cool this is? You have, I guess, the scoring algorithm to show you where you are and assess your base level of knowledge. So if somebody knew where to start using the app and they had 0 knowledge of fundamentals, they will probably answer a bunch of answers wrong, and that would be labeled as novice right here, or intermediate for advanced. And then from there, we can customize their experience on the app, like a For You page or the recommended page. It is not the same for any one individual's unique fingerprint. So creating a unique experience or sort of a fingerprint for each user is what we're aiming here by creating these agents that can do so many different jobs. Let's see again what it's telling me to do. Well, I guess we are done. This was just a quick demonstration of how you can automate the process of developing those agents, but you have to do it directly in Claude Code, which is, like I said, is the most powerful, but also the most expensive one. And this is the reason we create these agents, because if I would give it a task to develop a cocktail list, it can use 10 of these agents, and the app could run for hours without my interference. Whereas if you don't provide enough context, which is what this is context for what it's supposed to do. If you don't provide enough, it will just keep asking you or stopping every 10-20 minutes to ask how to proceed. Right. So I'm actually recording these as I'm learning all this stuff. So I learned how to do this yesterday and I'm recording this. I'm just continuing to do this just so you're up to speed with what is happening. Eventually, what I want to happen is for people to help me design these so I could focus strictly on coding. All right, peace.